Okay, students. Last class we are discussed about China isomerism. What is China isomerism, dear students? The China isomerism means China isomerism means what, dear students? China isomerism means the root word or parent China, different parent chains. The total number of carbon atoms are same, but they having different carbon atoms present on the parent chain or root word. Or structure of the parent chain will be changes. The type of isomers are called as China isomers. So minimum in order to show China isomerism, minimum how many carbon atoms are required? 4 carbon atoms are required. 4 carbon atoms containing alkane is C4H10. It shows it having 2 China isomers are present. One is N-butane, the second one is isobutane, I said. Like 5 carbon atoms. Now we know very well regarding China isomerism examples and all. Now very important point. The important point is in China isomers, the number of branches increases, means the number of alkyl group substance increases, then the surface area, what happens here, students? The surface area will be decreases, then the boiling point also will be decreases. So here the boiling point is directly proportional to surface area, and the surface area is inversely proportional to number of branches. If number of branches increases, the surface area will be decreases. Why I am discussing this point means the related questions they are asking in NEET and JEE examination. Let's say I will give you examples. Boiling point order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. What is this name? N-pentane, there is no branches. That's why surface area is more. This is isopentane. The next one is neopentane. If you observe that N-pentane, there is no branches. But isopentane having one alkyl group substance is present, and neopentane, it has 2 alkyl group substances are present. Okay? 2 alkyl group substances are present. So number of branches increases, surface area will be decreases, then the boiling point will be decreases. So which having more boiling point, dear students? N-pentane having more boiling point when compared to isopentane and then neopentane. Because of neopentane having 2 methyl group substances are present. Isopentane having 1 methyl group substance is present. And N-pentane, no substance, all carbon atoms are present in a straight chain. That's why it has more surface area, hence it has more boiling point. And one more example. This is N-butane, has more boiling point when compared to isobutane. Because N-butane there is no branches, but isobutane having one branch is present, means one methyl group substance is present. That's why N-butane having more surface area and more boiling point when compared to isobutane. So it is very important point related for China isomers. So what is the statement I said, dear students? In China isomers, the number of branches increases, the surface area will be decreases, the boiling point will be increases. Okay, anybody have doubt related to this China isomerism? Let inform to me. Clear? Abhay, Nischal, Rani, Afjal, Shravana. Just a small concept. Okay. Next, the second important structural isomerism is positional isomerism. The second one is what, dear students? Positional isomerism. Let's see related positional isomerism. Positional isomerism or position isomerism, whatever it may be, it is correct. Positional isomerism. What is meaning for positional isomerism? Means the isomers means the compounds having same molecular formula. Let's see the first point. MF means the same molecular formula. Compounds having same molecular formula, and isomers means already the statement I said, the having same molecular formula and different physical and chemical properties. Here also different physical and chemical properties are present. But generally, what type of compounds we are calling as positional isomers? Means the compounds having same molecular formula and having same structure of parent chain. Having the same structure of parent chain means root word is same. Brackets. Root word is same. Root word is not changing, but different. What is the difference, ma? The difference in the position of multiple bonds. Difference in the position of multiple bonds means double bonds or triple bonds. Difference in the position of multiple bonds, double bonds or triple bonds, and functional group. Functional groups known as positional isomers. Okay, and the phenomenon is known as a positional isomerism. See, what is the positional isomerism? Positional isomerism means the compounds having same molecular formula and the parent chain or root word is same. If the parent chain or root word is different, means those belongs to chain isomers. The chain isomers having different parent chain or different skeletal structure is present. The root word is different for chain isomers, but here the positional isomers means the same molecular formula and root word is same, but difference in the positions of multiple bonds means double bond positions or triple bond positions are different, as well as functional group positions are different on the parent chain. The functional group positions are different on the parent chain. Such type of compounds are called as positional isomers. Positional isomers. See, I will give you simple examples. First one, I will give you example related to double bonds and triple bonds. For example, the double bond is present on end but1 but1 and bond CH3, but2. If you observe that both the molecular formulas are same, the root word, how many carbon atoms are present? 4 carbon atoms are present on the parent chain. Here also 4 carbon atoms present on the parent chain. But the difference is in the position of double bonds. Here the double bond position is 1, here the double bond position is 2. That's why but 1 in and but 2 in are the belongs to positional isomers. In the given questions, what type of questions they are asking regarding isomerism, dear students? Among the following, which pairs are belongs to positional isomers, which pairs are belongs to chain isomers, which pairs are belongs to functional group isomers? Like that question they are asking. So we can easily identify the positional isomers, means position of the double bonds or functional groups positions changes on the parent chain. Okay, such type of compounds are called as positional isomers. For example, but-1-ine, triple bond is present at first carbon. The parent chain has 4 carbon atoms are present. This is but-2-ine. See, bond line representation I am writing for understanding purpose. And this representation we can write very easily also. But-1-ine and but-2-ine are the positional isomers. The third one, if you want one more example, means for example you have to take alcohols, OH group containing functional group containing compounds. OH group at first carbon means propane 1-ol. This is propane 2-ol. The OH group is present at second carbon. Now it is at first carbon. So the OH group position is changed. Here it is 1 and here it is 2. So this is examples for propane 1-ol and propane 2-ols are the example for positional isomers. Examples for positional isomers. Okay, students. Let's see. One more example do you want means? Like 1-chloropropane. This chlorine or halogen attached to first carbon. Now the halogen in the same molecular formula, the halogen is attached to second carbon. So the chlorine position is changed. In this compound the chlorine position is 1 and in this compound the chlorine position is 2. But both are having same molecular formula. And root word is 3 carbons only. That's why these are belongs to positional isomers. Now anybody have doubt? Let inform to me. Understood? Nichal, Abhay, Afjal, Shravana, Rani, Amresh, Abhay. Yes. Okay. Yes, ma. Names you want? Second and third, fourth. Second one, what is the name of this compound? The root word is 4 carbon atoms present on the root word. The triple bond position at 1, that's a but-1-ine, Y-N-E, but-1-ine. Now this compound is but-2-ine. Fourth compound name is 1-chloropropane. Here 2-chloropropane. This is 1-chloropropane and this is 2-chloropropane. This is OH group, functional group ol. OH group is present ol. Propane 1-ol. This is propane 2-ol. Propane 2-ol. So these all are examples for positional isomers. Okay, students. Let's say I will give you more examples related in aromatic compounds like benzene. Or cyclic compounds. Not only benzene, any compound you take. Cyclic compounds. The cyclic compounds, the position of substance or position of functional groups are changed. Such type of compounds also we are considered as a positional isomers. For example, Cyclic compounds having two substances. Cyclic compounds having two substances present. Like the first one, let's see, benzene you take. Okay, students. Benzene means 6-member cyclic ring. Now this benzene having one CH3 group and one OH group is present. The compounds are called as crisols. See 1 and 2. This portion is 1 and 2. CH3 OH. With respect to CH3, the OH portion is 2 here. Here the OH portion is 3. With respect to CH3, the OH portion is 4. Either left to right or right to left, OH portion is 4K, least numbering. So these compounds molecular formula is same, but the positions of CH3 and OH groups are different. CH3 and OH groups of positions are different. With respect to CH3, the OH portion is 1. With respect to CH3, the OH portion is 3. Here OH portion is 4. Or with respect to OH, the CH3 portion is 2. Here the CH3 portion is 3 will come. With respect to OH, means OH group portion you gave 1 means the CH3 group portion how much will come, sir? 3 will come. So in cyclic compounds having two substances, one substance is present means we can't identify. Means it not belongs to positional isomers. Two substances are present, the substance positions are different. In their compounds having same molecular formula, such type of compounds are belongs to positional isomers. I will give you one more example. See, 1 and 2 compounds always called as ortho. And for this one common name is there, orthocrisol, metacrisol and paracrisol. Those are called as crisols. This is 1 you have to take, this is 2. Let you have to take it is 1, it is 2, it is 3. Let you have to take it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Because the OH group goes to more priority when compared to CH3. Now always OH is the first position. With respect to OH, the CH3 positions are changing. 2, 3, 4 like. Those are called as crisols. 1 and 2. In aromatic compound, the two substances presented 1 and 2 substances, those are called as ortho. 1, 2, it is called as ortho. 1, 3, it is called as meta position. 1, 4 positions are present, those are called as para. See, these are the common names. That's why this its common name is orthocrisol. Its symbol is O. Metacrisol symbol is small m. Paracrisol symbol is para position symbol is P. That's why this name is orthocrisol. This name is metacrisol. This name is paracrisol. Paracrisals. Okay, students. So these common names also you remember, and these again these structures and everything will comes in second PUC alcohol phenol ether compounds. In that chapter it will comes. And one more example I will give you. OH and OH positions at 1 and 2 positions are present. The same, whatever it may be, the same substance or different substance present on aromatic rings. Their positions are different, then those compounds are called as positional isomers. OH and OH. This OH and OH, fourth position. This 1 and 2 positions. This compound is called as catechol. Catechol. This compound is known as resorcinol. This compound name is called as a resorcinol. This compound name is called quinol. Okay, so these are the different names, man. Catechol, resorcinol, and quinol. And one more example I will give you. Two CH3 groups at 1 and 2 positions. At 1 and 3 positions. And 1 and 4 positions. Those are also belongs to. Yes, ma, bhai. These common names we need to remember. Sometimes in second PUC, these common names also sometimes rarely it will comes. But however, you have to remember CH3OH groups are present on benzene ring. At 1 and 2, those are called as orthocresol, metacresols, and paracresol. Two OH groups at 1 and 2 positions, this is called as catechol. 1 and 3 it is resorcinol, and 1 and 4 it is called as quinol. Two CH3 groups at 1 and 2 positions, 1 and 3 and then 1 and 4, those compounds are called as xylene compounds. It is orthoxylene. This is metaxylene. And this is paraxylene. This is a paraxylene. Okay? Very, very important. Just names, common names are very, very important. Okay? So, these all we are to consider as a positional isomers only. Let's see, I will give you some other examples also. For example, not only benzene ring, you have to take any cyclic compounds. Cyclohexane I used. The cyclohexane having two substances. Two chlorine substances are present at 1 and 2. 1, 2 dichlorocyclohexane. 1, 3 dichlorocyclohexane. And 1, 4 dichlorocyclohexane. Those are also belongs to positional isomers. Okay? Instead of these two chlorines, okay, one chlorine you take, one bromine, one chlorine, one bromine, one chlorine, one bromine also you take. Then that example also belongs to positional isomers. So what is the meaning for positional isomers, dear students? The positional isomers means the compounds having same molecular formula and root word. Root word means the longest carbon chain is same, constant, it is fixed. But what are the changing? The changing in the position of double bonds or functional groups or substance present on root word or present on longest carbon chain. Those positions are changing. Such type of compounds are called as positional isomers. Now, anybody have doubt regarding positional isomerism? Okay, if it is clear means I will go for next isomerism, that is functional group isomerism or functional isomerism. Okay, clear? Yes. Abhay, everyone clear? Next, very important, that is functional group isomerism or functional isomerism. The third one is functional isomerism. Functional isomerism means how can we identify the functional isomerism? The compounds having same molecular formula. See, I am writing shortcutly. The molecular formula is same, but having different functional groups. But having different functional groups are present. Such type of compounds are called as functional group isomerism or functional group isomers. Okay? Functional group isomerism or functional group isomers. So the molecular formula is same but different functional groups. Now, certain relations are there. Generally, what type of compounds are functional group isomers? Let's see examples. First one, alcohols and ethers. Alcohols and ethers are belongs to functional group isomers. See, I will give you examples in order to exhibit functional group isomerism. For alcohols and ethers, minimum how many carbon atoms are required? 2 carbon atoms are required. Ethyl alcohol, we know very well, CH3 bond CH2 bond OH. This is the bonding connectivity. The carbon is bonded with another carbon. Here 3 hydrogen atoms are present. The middle carbon having bonding with one carbon, single bond with carbon and one single bond with oxygen atom, and remaining 2 hydrogen atom. This oxygen is connected with carbon and hydrogen. So it is called as ethyl alcohol. This ethyl alcohol related functional group isomer. Functional group means just you have to exchange one CH3 group towards oxygen atom side. Ethers means 2 alkyl groups are connected with oxygen atoms, called as ethers. This is ethyl alcohol. This common name of this compound is ethyl alcohol. Its common name is dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether. So both are functional group isomers. Okay. If you observe that how many carbons? 2 carbons. How many hydrogen atoms? 6 hydrogen atoms are present. 1 oxygen atom. Here also 2 carbons, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom is present. So both molecular formulas are same, but these compounds we are calling as alcohols. These compounds we are calling as ethers. That's why ethers and alcohols are the functional group isomers. The second most important example is carboxylic acids and esters. So carboxylic acids and esters also we have to consider as functional group isomers. See, I will give you one example. Carboxylic acids means COOH functional group is required. Means CH3 bond CH2 bond C double bond OH means propionic acid. Okay, propionic acid. This is 3 carbons containing carboxylic acid. This shows functional group isomerism. You want means one CH3 group you have to shift this side. Then we will get CH3 bond C double bond O CH3. Let observe that both this is ester. C double bond O R alkyl group is present and it is called as esters. It is COOH functional group, acid functional group, here ester functional group is present. Both the molecular formulas are same. That's why its name is propionic acid. Propane 1-oic acid or propionic acid. Its name is methyl ethanoate. But molecular formulas are same, but functional groups are different. That's why those are called as the functional group isomers. Commonly, all carboxylic acids, whatever the carboxylic acids are present and esters, they shows functional group isomerism. But whatever the acid and ester you are taking, they must should be same molecular formula. Same molecular formula containing carboxylic acids and esters are belongs to functional group isomers. The same way alcohols and ethers. And one more is aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones also functional group isomers. Let's see one example. Three carbons containing aldehydes. C double bond OH functional group is present, means it is aldehyde. The related ketone CH3 C double bond O CH3. Acetone we got. So both are, what is the relation? Dear students, this is aldehyde, this is a ketone. So both are belongs to functional group isomers. So aldehydes and ketones are the functional group isomers. Okay, anybody have doubt? I will give you some other examples also. And another one is cyanides and isocyanides. Cyanides and isocyanides also we have to consider as a functional group isomers. One cyanide means CN, isocyanide means NC. Both are different functional groups but having same molecular formula. Hence we have to consider as a functional group isomers. Cyanides and isocyanides. Isocyanides we have to consider as functional group isomers. Examples: CH3CN and CH3MC. Like the bonding connectivity CN is present, those are called as cyanides. NC is present, those are called as isocyanides. Methyl cyanide, methyl isocyanide. Its name is methyl cyanide, its name is methyl isocyanides. Isocyanides are very dangerous and more poisonous nature also. Cyanides and isocyanides both are very dangerous. Okay students, so that is about a functional group isomerism. And one more example I will give you, that is primary, secondary and tertiary amines. See that the major functional group is amines only, but we have to consider as primary, secondary and tertiary amines also we have to consider as functional group isomers. Because the primary amine chemical properties are different and secondary amines chemical properties are different and tertiary amines chemical properties are different. Generally what we are called as primary amines, secondary amines, tertiary amines. I think you don't know that much related to primary, secondary, tertiary amine structures. Just I will write you that amines, you know that amines means what, dear students? NH2 group is attached to alkyl group. Those are called as amines. If NH2 group is present, those are called as primary amines. NH means nitrogen having one hydrogen atom is present, those are called as secondary amines. Nitrogen atom contains only 3 alkyl groups, no hydrogen atoms, those are called as tertiary amines. Okay, let's see one more important example for functional group isomers, that is primary means 1 power 0. 2 power 0 in secondary and tertiary amines. I will give you one example related to primary, secondary and tertiary amines. It's very easy, dear students. Let's see 3 carbons containing primary amine. CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond NH2. Like the organic compounds having NH2 group is present.